Welcome back to Old Coin Adventures. Today, we're uncovering the incredible mystery behind one of the most famous coins in American history, the 1913 Liberty Head Nickel. Imagine finding an old 5-cent coin, only to discover it's worth more than $4 million. It sounds impossible, but for just 5 people, that impossible dream became reality. Only 5 genuine 1913 Liberty Head nickels are known to exist. Not 50, not 500, just 5. But here's where the story becomes even more mysterious. According to the United States Mint, this coin was never supposed to exist. So, who made them? Why were they created? And how did they escape one of the most secure buildings in America? To answer those questions, we have to travel back more than 100 years. The year was 1912. America was changing rapidly. New factories were opening across the country. Automobiles were becoming more common. Cities were growing. And the United States Mint was preparing to introduce a brand new 5-cent coin. For nearly 30 years, the Liberty Head nickel had served the American people. First introduced in 1883, it became one of the most recognizable coins in the country. Millions were produced. Millions were spent. And millions passed through the hands of ordinary Americans every single day. But by the end of 1912, its journey was coming to an end. The United States Mint had already approved a brand new design. It would feature a Native American on the front and a mighty American bison on the back. Today, we know it as the Buffalo Nickel. The plan seemed simple. Production of the Liberty Head nickel would officially end in 1912. Beginning in 1913, every new nickel leaving the mint would carry the buffalo design. Everything had been planned. Everything had been approved. And according to official records, not a single Liberty Head nickel was supposed to be struck in 1913. The story should have ended there. But somehow, it didn't. Because somewhere inside the United States Mint, someone made a decision. A decision that would create one of the greatest mysteries in American coin history. Inside the United States Mint, the Buffalo Nickel was ready to replace the old Liberty design. New dies had been prepared, production schedules had been approved, and Mint officials believed the Liberty Head nickel had officially become history. But something extraordinary happened. 5 Liberty Head nickels appeared with the date, 1913. There was just one problem. The Mint had no official record of producing them. No documents. No production orders. No public announcement. It was as if the coins had appeared out of nowhere. For years, collectors were left asking the same question. Who made these coins? One name would soon become the center of the mystery. Samuel W. Brown. Brown had once worked at the United States Mint. He understood how coins were made. He knew the production process. And perhaps most importantly, he knew the people inside the mint. Then in 1919, something unusual happened. Brown placed advertisements in coin magazines. He announced that he wanted to buy a 1913 Liberty Head nickel. Think about that for a moment. Almost no one had ever heard of such a coin. The Mint had never admitted making one. Yet somehow, Samuel Brown was already searching for it. Just a few years later, he suddenly revealed that he owned not one, but all 5. Collectors were stunned. How could one man discover every known example of a coin that officially didn't exist? Was it just incredible luck? Or did Brown know something the rest of the world didn't? Some historians believe the coins were secretly struck inside the mint before the Buffalo Nickel entered full production. Others believe a mint employee quietly removed them from the building. And some researchers have even suggested that Samuel Brown himself may have played a role in their creation. More than 100 years later, no one knows the complete truth. No official confession has ever been found. No surviving Mint employee ever admitted making the coins. The mystery remains unsolved. And that's exactly what makes the 1913 Liberty Head nickel so fascinating. It isn't just one of America's rarest coins. It's one of America's greatest unsolved coin mysteries. As news of the mysterious 1913 Liberty Head nickel spread, collectors across America became fascinated, not just because it was rare, but because every single coin had its own remarkable story. Over the years, Each of the 5 nickels earned its own identity. Each one passed through the hands of famous collectors. And each one became a legend. Today, each of the 5 Liberty Head nickels is worth millions of dollars. Whenever one appears at a major auction, collectors from around the world compete for the opportunity to own it. Some examples have sold for more than $4 million. Others continue to increase in value with every passing year. Think about that. A simple 5-cent coin, now worth more than luxury mansions, private yachts, and some of the world's most expensive sports cars. Not because it contains gold, not because it contains silver, but because of its mystery, its history, and its incredible rarity. So, could another 1913 Liberty Head nickel still be out there? It's a question that has fascinated collectors for more than a century. The official answer is probably not. According to everything we know today, only 5 genuine coins were ever created, and every one of them has been identified. Each coin has its own history, its own name, and its own chain of ownership. But coin collecting has taught us one important lesson. Never say never. Throughout history, rare coins have appeared in the most unexpected places. Inside forgotten collections, old bank vaults, family inheritance boxes, even hidden inside dusty safes that hadn't been opened for decades. That's why collectors continue searching. Not because they expect to find another 1913 Liberty Head nickel, but because history has surprised us before. The greatest treasures are often discovered when no one is looking for them. Today, the 5 known Liberty Head nickels are protected like priceless works of art. Some are displayed in museums. Others are held in private collections. Whenever one is offered for sale, it becomes one of the biggest events in the coin collecting world. Their value continues to grow, not because they contain precious metal, but because they tell a story that can never be repeated. A story of mystery, a story of secrecy, and a story that still leaves historians searching for answers. Who really created the 5 Liberty Head nickels? Why were they made? And how did they leave the United States Mint without anyone officially recording them? More than 100 years later, those questions remain unanswered. And perhaps that's exactly why this coin continues to capture the imagination of collectors around the world. Sometimes, the greatest treasure isn't made of gold. Sometimes, it's a simple 5-cent coin, with a story worth millions. If you enjoyed this story, consider subscribing to Old Coin Adventures for more fascinating stories about rare American coins. Every old coin carries a story, but only a few become legends. Thank you for watching Old Coin Adventures. Until next time, keep searching, because you never know which old coin could change history or your life.